as busy as me, or you feel too overwhelmed to move and you want to get back into reading, then I have the app for you. Audiobooks Now is a website that features great quality professional audiobooks from your favorite authors, where you can also discover new ones too. You get access to many fiction and nonfiction titles that you can download or stream and get great discounts on titles if you choose the membership. Use the link in the description to check out the titles in Audiobooks Now with 50% off your first club purchase. You can also download the app. This is a completely unscripted, off the cuff talking about Not Me, the series. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That, I loved it. I loved it. I did not necessarily love the little bull rap ending, but it worked. It was such a good show. I personally think this was the best quality drama, BL series I've watched from GMM TV since watching GMM TV. Like, they've always had great camera work and stuff like that, and this one, oh my gosh, like this. I mean, then again, it's also often good, and I think I'll like anything those guys are in, especially Gunn. I'm a huge fan of his. So there was very few things that I didn't like. One of them is the names Black and White. Some people might find it a stupid reason, but it's more the fact that White is pure and sweet and just an overall good. While Black, he is not a bad guy, but he is tough. He'll beat you up. It's just more like their names and how they're associated with their names that I didn't necessarily like, but I still loved both characters, both played by Gunn. Really good job. I kind of want to know who their double actor was, and also how long Gunn trained for the action hero style fighting, because there's even parts where he's like fighting, like at the last episode, spoiler alert, by the time it's come out, y'all better have watched it. But he's fighting the police officer, and he has to jump to punch the police officer in the face. Great detail. Pretty good choreography overall, but during the last couple fights, I could see the 1, 2, hit, move, 1. Like, I could see the counting, but it makes sense. Like, choreographing fight scenes, especially if you're doing it with someone who is not a stunt actor or who may not have experienced stunt acting, like that is serious business. I've seen people almost get hurt on set while doing choreo fighting, because, you know, especially if they're not training it. A lot of, like, especially in my case, when you're shooting like low budget productions, like it can be really scary, because you don't have access to prop weapons and stuff like that. So sometimes you're using like a very real weapon during the prop fight. It's like, don't fall on the blade of the axe, you know, or whatever. So, like, yeah, choreographing that can be difficult, especially with someone who's not necessarily a stunt actor. But I think Gunn actually did a pretty good job, a really good job. Even though, yeah, of course, he's counting, and I don't blame him for counting, because making a wrong move could mean him getting punched in the face, or actually punching the other actor in the face and hurting them, or even hurting himself. But yeah, it was good. Also, so this is a small complaint. It's not a huge complaint. I could see the wires. And I was kind of like, are they using wires? Because at first I was like, they're not using wires. They would just like shoot the guys in a green screen, and that's all they need. And I'm like, oh yeah, like you do green screen with wires. If anything, in the last episode, I could see the green screen a little more in Gunn's hair. It was more, well, both of them. It was more and more obvious. And the episode where they were jumping across the roofs, I saw their shirts lifting a bit. But honestly, there's not many ways you can get rid of that. I mean, when you watch Twilight, you can see the wires as well, for all the vampires. And the their green screen, they just made it darker to try and make it not as obvious, which is like a trick too. But I'm glad that they were out in the daylight. I didn't need more darkness in this. Oh gosh. Moving away from that, because really I don't have much complaints. I mean, Tui, was the main big bad villain. Todd, I guess we could call him a secondary villain. But in the end, Tui's men, like they were discovered as as kidnapping the college kids and blah blah blah. So, it didn't, like, I thought the show was going, where I thought the show was going to go with them being kidnapped is not where the show went, is what I should say. Like, they actually did subvert my expectations with that. I was wondering if social media was going to play a part in finding the guys or anything, because of the page that White made to post everything. Like, maybe he had a post ready, like, hey, if we go missing, just know Tui and his men kidnapped us. Like, something that has to be triggered if he's not clicking on it or to stop it or whatever, something like that. But yeah, them getting saved by all the people who support them was really good. I actually did not like that Eugene and Graham ended up together. I'm sure there are people who are like, they love Eugene and Graham and Black is this. But I was kind of hoping that White would tell her what he did, because when Graham was asking, if they could be together, she's going through all the hurtful things that Black did. But I was like, those were scenes with White. That's what White did. And it just made me feel like, does she actually know about them switching places? Does she know that, like, it's so I kind of was part of me kind of wish she was just like, I have unresolved things with Black that I need to get resolved before I move on into anything else. But hey, here's the little bow on top for the ending. Yuck. Oh gosh. And then of course Yuck and Detective Dan. A cab except him. And why he quits? I'm like, how did he quit? He should have been fired. And this is why. If all the police force is working for the criminal underground, are being paid with the criminal underground, and he just kicked the gun out of the dude's hand and knocked him out, assisting in the escape of the criminals they were there to arrest, how did he even get to quit? I was like, you ain't fired? You quit? Who? That whole place, they probably just let you quit because they were like, alright, yeah, stop messing up our bag. But OMG, that whole thing was something else for me. And I guess this brings me to Gumpa. I love him. So I was wondering, because of the scene where he's shooting a gun in the earlier episode and he holds White's hand when White was pretending to be black. I was like, he must be suspicious, because he touched his hand. He's like, it's very soft. And if he has touched Black's hand before, then he would know his is probably more calloused. Very, very likely. So, like, he knows that, all right, this kid is definitely a silver spoon kid, like, has never had to work hard in his life. So, I was wondering if he had kind of figured it out when he's like, yeah, I figured it out. I'm not stupid. It's like, yes. So, I liked Gumpa the whole time. The fact that he's, like, training these guys, but I was like, what is he training as well? I see, okay, he has a gun, he shoots. He knows people who can help him kidnap someone or pretend to kidnap someone. I fear him, because I was like, so was he a criminal, or was he always a crusader? But yeah, I love him to the end. I love the line where he says to the guys, cry all you want now, but when they open those doors, don't let them see you cry. It's like, yes. Oh my gosh. Love Gumpa. Alright, now to Sean and White. Well, wait, no, now to Black. Not to Sean and Black. Not Sean and Black. White and Black and their relationship. The scene where Black he's come out of his coma and he's gone to his house and he sees White there pretending to be him. When White, jumps and hugs him, and he doesn't, like, I was like, he doesn't seem joyous to see White. Well, because of course he just saw him and Sean kissing, and he is very protective of White. We kind of see, but at the same time, I don't know, like, I understand why we didn't get a lot of scenes with them together, like but I kind of also feel like we didn't get enough of the dynamic of White and Black together, especially White and Black together with the whole crew. I mean, the only time we really got that was at the hospital scene when Black went to fight the police officers by himself. That was the only time we really got that. Like, I wish we got more time to see the dynamic of White and Black with the crew. Okay, moving on to White and Sean. Oh gosh, Ava and Gun are so good together, which is so interesting to me, because I've seen Gun in so many other roles. I think he did say he likes playing the darker roles a little bit more, and I understand that. Like, sometimes you feel like you're being challenged more with those characters, and you get to do things that you would normally do. So I do not blame him. Oh my god, he did a great job with White and Black, and really showing the differences between the two characters. I thought that was awesome. Someone said he played 3 characters because he had to play White pretending to be Black. And then I really loved Off in his role as Sean. They were both so good. Like, I would say my favorite scene with Sean and White to Off and Gun is the scene where White goes back to rescue Sean, and he takes him to the building, and it's like the confusion on his face of, why would you beat me up and then rescue me. And through that, he's able to come to the realization of, yo, this is two different people. So I actually really liked it for like Off's acting in that scene, the looks on his face, the like, why are you doing this? I really liked it. I can't think of a favorite scene with Gunn because I think he just did so well throughout the entire series, playing both characters. I loved him. And oh god, what's his name that plays Todd? I can't remember his name right now because I'm doing this without a script. But him, the one thing that always annoyed me in every show that I watched with him before was he does this laugh. It can be cute, but it would like every time I heard it, I was like, oh, stop laughing, stop. Like, so in was it Slam Dance? He doesn't laugh a lot. And I was just like, this is so annoying. So when I saw the character he was going to be playing in this, I was like, he doesn't fit that character. I can't see it. Oh my gosh, he blew me away. I was like, this is not the same kid. Holy crap. Like, he actually did a really good job in this role as well. Everybody did freaking phenomenal. Everybody did so well. Whoever worked on the script for Not Me the series to transfer it over, because I need to know what they were working with. I need to know what they were working with before, how they got the script translated to the screen, what changes were made, because it was so good. Like, I need to look to see who was the script supervisor on this one. They did a fantastic job. And for casting, because sometimes I feel when Off and Gunn get casted and stuff together, so after Puppy Honey, all their casting together was just shipping casting. And I'm like, this is all about the ship, the Off Gunn ship. But this was so good that I was like, damn, yeah, this is the best role I've had with the two of them. Because it was so good. And the music in Not Me. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I would just leave on I would leave on Shazam and just like get all the songs, because I'm like, this is so good. Just watch the episodes with Shazam on. This is so good. Everything about it, like, that's why I was like, I have minimal complaints about this show, and I don't know what to tell y'all. If you haven't watched it yet, please do, because you are going to love it. This is like one of the shows that I can say I think would be a good introduction, not just to BL as a genre, but a good introduction to Thai dramas, because like my introduction to Thai anything, movies, dramas, all that stuff was what's that called, the gay Bangkok Story. I think it was about a police officer and a criminal, and let me tell you, like, a lot of people were like, oh, but I love that so much. I was bored. I was like, oh, great. Yeah, they're shirtless and making out. Cool. I shut it off. I had to. Like, to me, it was just so boring. The entire storyline was horrible. And I luckily didn't just get rid of all, like, that didn't make me go, yeah, Thai shows are all like this. Because I found Hormones and I was like, yo, this is amazing. So, this would be something that I would be okay to use as an introduction to Thai dramas, because it's so good. Like, and everything that the storyline is about. It's about people feeling that they're not represented by the law, that if you're rich you can get away with crimes, and it's so amazing. It's a great story. One character that I was almost annoyed by, I liked, oh god, what's her name? Nook? I think it's Nook is her name. The girl that's in the class with Black and Graham, and she's studying to be a lawyer as well. I liked her when she wasn't talking about the law. So, like, when she's just, like, having conversations with them, I'm like, oh, she's so sweet. But then when she has to get into, the law is there for a reason, there is a rule, and then I'm like, you're just reciting. You're just reciting. And she wasn't that great an actor throughout the whole thing, so I'm guessing she's probably newer to acting. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe she just wasn't. Maybe she's not that good an actor. But, like, to me, it, like, she wasn't horrible or anything. It's just every time she had to talk about the law, it just felt like recitey and preachy. Yes, sign up for this in this country. It's like, oh my god, is this a scripted show or is this a PSA? So, but she still, of course, wasn't my least favorite character or anything. My least favorite character was the guy who did Tui's bidding. Sorry about that. The guy who did Tui's bidding, he's a big bad guy, sort of. Below Tui, who gets sent to kill the guys. He, in the end, was lackluster for me. For one reason, like, his threat where he's like, keep running and I'll shoot him in the head. I was kind of like, that's not what a real bad guy would do. He would shoot the guy and say, okay, you're next. But yeah, if they did that, I'm sure they'd have to up the rating on the show. They didn't show anyone dying. There was a lot of gun shooting and stuff, but everyone got away. People got hit with bullets, but they didn't get hit from their lives. But yeah, overall, I almost gave this show a 10. I had to stop myself. I need to rewatch it and see what the problems are. Because this show about to get a 10 from me. I cannot rate a show higher than Soda's. Is Soda still my favorite? No. Will this replace Puppy Hunt? Not in my heart. That's like nostalgia right there. It's the first time. That's the first off gun. Can't replace that. Oh my god, this is hard. This is actually really hard. Yo, I might have to rewatch the whole thing and really sit down and evaluate this and write it out. Because just from the experience of watching it and everything, I'm like, yo, it's a 10. So it's a 9.5. Yo, it's a 9.8. Damn. Oh my gosh. like I said, I didn't like the bow wrapped ending, but I understood the bow wrapped ending, so I'm not completely against it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. So remember to have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre.